So before we proceed, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new. Don't forget to turn on your post notification bell so every time we publish a new video, you'll be the first to get notified. On Goka TV, we publish a lot of interesting videos on humor, arts, reality, culture, tradition, history, and also other globally trending events. So make sure you are part of us. Make sure you like, share, and also drop your comments in the comment section below. The Yoruba race has produced people who have influenced humanity in diverse ways, but undoubtedly there will be some that are so exceptional that they resonate deeply in the hearts of their people. One of these was a man who touched our raw nerves with his music. He is as constant as the Shakespearean Northern Star, even in death. His name is Fela Anikulapo Kuti. Although some may take exception to his lifestyle, largely defined by women, alcohol, and marijuana, the social consciousness and radical messages of his music outweigh any of his negative idiosyncrasies. Fela dominated the Nigerian music scene as a social crusader and human rights activist. Although we live in a climate where the expressions of radical ideas have become a crime against the state, we cannot forget the iconic Afrobeat maestro whose radical music accurately situates the predicament of Nigerians. He saw through the dubiety of the colonial masters and the roles they played in vanquishing the African continent. As an unrepentant agent against bad governance, he challenged the military government at the risk of his life and confronted corruption in public establishments. Through a mastery of his musical instruments, he produced sounds that combined with his delivery of Pidgin English and Yoruba language to reach out to the masses. Fela's focus was to create awareness amongst the populace, reminding them of their debased living conditions under an insensitive, corrupt government. According to Fela, music is supposed to have an effect. I want to move people to dance, but also to think. Music must dictate a better life against a bad life. When you are listening to something that depicts having a better life, it must have an effect on you.
Be an instrument of enjoyment, so you can sing about love, you can sing about whom you're going to bed with next. But in my environment, my society is underdeveloping because of an alien system on our people.
The above quote by Fela underscores the philosophy of his music, which contrasts deeply with the kind of music churned out nowadays by the musicians. Anyways, fast forward to January 15th, 2021. A certain Sunday Adeyemo, aka Sunday Igboho, rose to prominence when he confronted the Fulani herdsmen who had been terrorizing the residents in Ibarapa, Oyo State, and gave them a 7-day ultimatum conveyed to the Seriki Fulani there to vacate the place. He went as far as physically going there to confront them. Sunday Igboho is said to possess mysterious powers as bullets by the adversaries couldn't penetrate his body. In this video, we shall look at the similarities and the differences between these two icons of the fight against corruption, injustice, and inequality, Fela Anikulapo Kuti and Sunday Igboho. They have a similarity that they are both from the Yoruba-speaking southwest region of Nigeria. Fela hailed from Abeokuta in Ogun State. Fela, the multi-instrumentalist and political and human rights activist, was born Olufela Olusegun Oludotun Ransom Kuti on the 15th of October 1938 in Abeokuta, Ogun State. His mother, Funmilayo Ransom Kuti, was a feminist activist in the anti-colonial movement. His father, Reverend Israel Oludotun Ransom Kuti, was an Anglican minister as well as a school principal. He was the first president of the Nigerian Union of Teachers. Mr. Sunday Igboho was born Sunday Adeniyi Adeyemo on the 10th of October 1972 at Igboho Town, Oyo State, southwestern Nigeria. One of the differences between the duo is their background. While Chief Sunday Igboho has revealed that he was not born with a silver spoon, and in fact, he could not further his education past the primary school stage. On the other hand, Fela Anikulapo Kuti had a cozy childhood as well as access to the best education at the time. Yes, he went to Abeokuta Grammar School, but upon his graduation, he was sent to London, England in 1958 to study medicine. On getting to London, the legend changed his mind and opted for a music course at the renowned Trinity College of Music, where it developed particularly a strong interest for the trumpet. Studying in London, Fela formed his first band called the Kula Lubitos. Another similarity between the two is the powerful nicknames they both inherited. Upon his arrival to Nigeria in 1970, Fela's first revolutionary move was to change the name of his band to Africa 70. He also adopted the nickname Anikulapo.
My name is Anikulapo. I have death in my pouch. I can't die. They can't kill me.
Trashing his surname Ransom and formed the Kalakuta Republic, a communal compound which also served as a recording studio and a rehearsal space, a nightclub and a shrine which he later declared independent from the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Fela continued to be a pain in the ruling government's ass, which called for frequent raids on the Kalakuta Republic. Fela was also known by another nickname of Abamieda. Abamieda is a Yoruba appellation loosely translated to mysterious or weird creature. Sunday Igboho is popularly referred to as Osha. Osha or Orisha may be said to be a deity, yet defining an Orisha as a deity does not do justice to the concept, in large part because the term deity often suggests a sort of anthropomorphic supernatural entity. An Orisha may be said to arise when a divine power to command and make things happen converges with a natural force, a deified ancestor, and an object that witnesses and supports that convergence and alignment. An Orisha or Osha, therefore, is a complex multidimensional unity linking people, objects, and powers. Another similarity is that they both have a political background. Fela Kuti was the son of a feminist and labor activist, Funmilayo Ransome Kuti. As a youth, he took lessons in piano and percussion before studying classical music at Trinity College, London. Kuti's music became increasingly politicized. He exalted social change in such songs as Zombie, Monkey Banana, Beast of No Nation, and Upside Down. Fela and his band, which was known variously as the Nigeria 70, Africa 70, and later the Egypt 80, performed for packed houses at the early morning concerts that they staged at Fela's often raided nightclub in Lagos. The firebrand singer, who gyrated over the keyboard as he sang in English and Yoruba, struck a chord among the unemployed, disadvantaged, and oppressed. His politically charged songs, which decried oppression by Nigeria's military government, prompted authorities to routinely raid his club, looking for reasons to jail him. In 1979, Fela formed a political party, the Movement of the People, and ran unsuccessfully for the presidency of Nigeria. Sunday Igboho is also a politician who has been connected with several politicians in the past, worked with former governor of Oyo State, Rasheed Ladoja, and became one of his most trusted aides.